Alright, what is up guys? So I just bought this Asus gaming laptop. It is 4 parts, so it's not working. I bought this from Evergreen IT Solution. They're a company that recycles business computers and electronics. They got a little like side business where they sell laptops, computers on the Facebook Marketplace. That's where I found them. And I bought a few laptops from there. And while I was looking through their Facebook page, a posting for laptops that are 4 parts not working for $40. I showed up at the little shop and I asked for the broken 4 parts laptop. They brought a huge box out. First laptop I saw was this Asus. This was the only gaming laptop that I saw there. Everything else was like Dell, HP, Apple laptop that I really didn't care about. I saw this one and it looked in really good condition, no dents, nothing like that. But of course, it's in the 4 parts bin, so it's not working. So let me show you the model number for this. So the model number is FX502V. It's a laptop from Asus. I did search up the specs while I was at the shop. This has an i7 7700, I think it's HQ, and a GTX 1060 3GB version. Luckily for me, the screws on this laptop were all missing, so it gave me a chance to open it up on the spot and see what was going on with this laptop. So I checked for water leak or any chips that were burned. Does it have the components in there? Is it RAM in there? Is the battery on there? Is there storage, stuff like that? But when I opened it up at the shop, of course, this thing was gutted. The battery was removed. The hard drive was removed, if any. The memory was removed. SSD M.2 was removed, if there was any in there. And the Wi-Fi chip was removed. Everything was removed, so I figured, these are 4 parts, so they took all the working parts and, used it on laptops that would need it more than this one would. While I was looking at the laptop, I did see one thing. It's this heatsink here. So the genius that messed with this stripped all the bolts or the screws. You can see that they don't go all the way down, and of course I try to push it down, but it's not going down, bro. It's like push it, you give it any more force and you snap the either the screw or the little I don't know what that thing is called, the base. And that's the same for this one here too. You see that? And this one. This one's a little bit not too bad, but it is there. I believe this is the only one that's not stripped. Oh, there's a tiny bit on this one. But yeah, this whatever chip is down here, either the GPU or the CPU, the screws for that they're all stripped. Thankfully, this side is good. There's no weird thing going on here. But yeah, I did see that. So this cooler was removed and replaced. So maybe they replaced the thermal paste, and the genies that put this probably used a power tool or something and just destroyed it. So maybe that's one of the reasons it got thrown in here. But yeah, I was looking thoroughly, and everything looked pretty good. There was nothing out of the ordinary, but there was something else. So I'm gonna put this back. It was also missing some keycaps. So it is missing the left control and whatever key went here. So maybe that is one of the reasons that it was thrown out. I don't even know if they sell keys for this or if we can replace it. Maybe the mechanism is broken and not working anymore, because this has the plastic cover on it. There's like a little plastic piece on here, but the left control does not have a plastic piece. So yeah, so I may need to replace the keyboard on here. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I could see at the little store. So what I'm going to do is, I do have this 4 gig DDR4, so we'll support this laptop, and I'm going to install it to power the laptop because there's no battery. I do have this universal laptop charger from Insignia. I got this from Best Buy. I use this to charge my other laptops. So it charges up to 180 watts, and it has a bunch of different laptop tips that will fit many different laptops. And I did find this one that will fit this perfectly, I think. So we're gonna try that. Let me go ahead and install the memory. Alright, so the RAM is installed. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the power cable. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, looks like the lights flashed a bit. Okay, let's see if I can turn it on. See what happens. Nothing happens. Okay. So maybe the charger doesn't work. Oh. Let's see. Oh, okay. That seems to work. I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. We do have a little red light here. So I'm gonna go ahead and power the PC up. Let's see what happens. Alright. Oh, look at that. We do get a display. Awesome. That's a good sign. Alright, look at that. Display is fine. There's no, it's not broken or cracked or, you know, weird artifacts. So that's good. Already this is going way better than I hoped for. So I'm trying to go into BIOS, but I don't know if this this key here, the left control, is gonna work. But it's a good time to test it out. So to restart the laptop, I'm gonna go ahead and click Control, Alt Delete, and then it should restart. Alright, yeah, there you go. And then I'm gonna hit F2 to enter the BIOS. Hopefully we get in there. And we're in the BIOS. Look at that. I'm actually really excited. This actually turns on and the display is actually working. Alright, so as you can see, the CPU is an i7-7700. The CPU is an i7-7700HQ, and the GPU, it shows here, it's a GTX 1060. And for memory, what the hell? 12,288 megabytes, huh? I only installed a 4 gig stick. It shows 12 gigs here. Maybe there's a glitch with this laptop or something. Or maybe the BIOS is outdated. But keyboard works. Totally forgot. Keyboard is working. The mouse pad is working. Right click. I don't know if right click works or not. But left click works. We got this boot priority, Realtek. I don't know what that is. Hey, but this is a huge step. The laptop is booting up. So that's good. That's already as far as I can actually go. I guess I can install an SSD and put it into Windows. Let me get my SSD that has Windows pre-installed. Let's see if it boots into Windows, and maybe we can launch a game and see if it actually games. Alright, so I got my SSD right here. I have some games and Windows installed on this. This is SSD I use on all my computers that I'm testing something just to get into Windows. We're gonna actually see if this works here. So let's go. Another thing that this is missing is the little bracket for the holder. But if it's an SSD, you know, it's not a hard drive. It's not really that important if you install an SSD. Yeah, let's go ahead and put this back and boot into Windows. I paid 40 bucks for a laptop to game on. You know, on my previous video, it was an Acer laptop from the Facebook Marketplace, and that's got a really old GPU. It's got a 1060. Imagine if this works. Okay, we're booting into Windows. Okay, so I don't know if you saw that, but I was putting this mouse pad here because this mouse didn't track. Doesn't have a good track, freaking laser or something. But I moved the laptop, went up a bit, and the power cord like moved a bit, and the laptop turned off, and it happened again. So I don't know, maybe the charging port here isn't working, or my universal laptop charger is not working correctly with this laptop. I don't know what could be causing that, but messing with this, yeah, I won't even boot anymore. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the charging port is just not working well. Any movement on this and it just turns off. Of course, there's no battery, so the laptop won't stay on. But we almost booted into Windows, so let's give this another try. Alright, so we're on Windows. Look at this. We're in Windows. Everything's running smoothly. See our task manager. CPU. Okay, look at that. We got the i7 7700 HQ. Cool. For the memory, we got 12. It's still showing 12 gigs. Slots used, 2 out of 4. But there's only one slot. I don't understand this. Oh, could it be that the laptop already has soldered memory on it? It's got 8 gigs then, because I just installed 4. So it is showing up the 1060. And it is a 3 gig version. 3 gigabytes. Okay. Yeah, there's some problems like that. The CPU cooler, you know, the freaking screws are stripped. It's missing keys, 2 keys, and that little issue with the power cable. But that's probably just because of my universal charger. Yeah, I mean, the display is working well. That alone can be sold, you know, to someone that has a laptop like this who needs to replace their laptop. All right, let's see. All right, first game, and the keyboard is not working. Huh. That's a problem. It worked when I was in the BIOS, so why wouldn't it work now? Oh. Alright, so maybe that's... Oh, then it powered off. Okay, so for some reason the keyboard wasn't working. And of course it powered off again. Any movement and it just turns off. I don't want to mess with it too much. I don't want to break it more than it probably could break. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pretty much buy all the parts I need for this laptop. And I'm going to install them. And you know, play games, see if it works. Alright, what is up guys? So it's been about a week, pretty much bought all the parts that I need for this laptop. So it's the Asus FX502V gaming laptop that I bought for 20 bucks from my recycling spot that sells computers. And yeah, alright, so I bought the battery for this laptop. Hopefully it's the correct one. And then I don't know which of these packages has it, but I bought some RAM, 8 gigs of memory, so the laptop can have 16. So the laptop has 8 gigs soldered already to the board, so that's good. So I bought that and an M.2 SSD and some keycaps. So the keycaps that were missing, I bought the ones that I needed, but the seller said that while he was removing one from the laptop that was for parts, he broke the left control. The other one, I don't even remember, but I only got one that should be working. But yeah, let me go ahead and take all these out. But before I do that, I did get this laptop charger from the Facebook Marketplace. I paid $10 for this. We did have a little problem with this laptop with my universal charger, where any movement in the laptop will automatically turn off. So I bought this this charger. It's an Asus charger. It is 180 watts. It should be compatible with this laptop. Hopefully. I didn't do a lot of research on it. I just searched up charger for this model laptop and this showed up, and I asked the seller if it would work with this laptop and he said it may, but for 10 bucks I just pulled the trigger anyway, so we'll test that out. And yeah, let me go ahead and get these out of the packaging. Okay, so we got our DDR4 memory. I bought a set because it was actually a little cheaper to buy the set than a single stick. I paid like 12 bucks for this, and then like a single stick would have been like $8 or something like that. So the set was a lot cheaper, so I went with that. And we did get a keycap. So this was the left control, and it does have a little plastic piece. Hopefully this works. I paid $10 for this. It was like $5 and then shipping and taxes. So I cannot return this. Even if I could, I wouldn't, because you know I don't want to return something like this. And we got the M.2 SSD. It's an Intel SSD, NVMe, 256 gig SSD. We're gonna install that, and we also got the Wi-Fi chip. Cool. Hopefully that works. And of course the battery looks fine. So yeah. All right, let me go ahead and start installing these. All right, first off, we're gonna try the Wi-Fi card. Dang it, I don't have a screw for this. Let's go here. We can get Wi-Fi, but I don't have a freaking screw for this. All right, so I have this, you know, set of laptop screws. Hopefully one of these will work on this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see which one will fit the best. Oh, perfect. This one works. Okay, so now to plug in these cables. All right, so that's plugged in. All right, so next part will be the M.2 SSD. Thankfully, the screw for that is here. Also, I'm very hopeful that all the parts that I bought from eBay are functional. So let's hope they all work. And then we're gonna install the RAM. So it's already got, you know, 8 gigs soldered, 8 gigs of memory soldered to the board. So I got another 8 gig stick, and that should be 16. And last but not least, the very cheap battery. Now I paid 20 bucks. Is it sketch? Yes, it's very sketch. But hopefully it works, and I'll use it for, you know, a few months hopefully, and if the laptop is fully functional, I'll probably replace it with a better battery. Let's go ahead and install it. All right, it's plugged in. I do have the SSD from my last video. This one already has Windows installed. It's got some games installed. I'm gonna leave this on. All right, let me put the cover back on. Cover is going back on. Let's just see if this powers on with the battery. So battery is installed, and we're gonna do our first power on with the battery. All right, let's see. All right, it is powering on. We get the red LED. See if we get a boot. Awesome, look at that. So we're booting up. It probably took a little longer to boot because of the memory we installed, the RAM. We may just need to replace the entire keyboard. I did see that on eBay they were going for like 25 bucks, so I might just need to buy that. Alright, let's see. Yeah, the keyboard is not working. Oh shoot, no. But before I say that the keyboard is bad, let me see if there's any updates or any, like, a reason why the keyboard would be bad. Because I did have this SSD installed on multiple laptops, so maybe the you know, there's different drivers for different laptops. So yeah, let me go ahead and see if we can fix that. So I'm gonna connect to my Wi-Fi and download drivers. Alright, so it looks like it's the same issue. Any movement and the battery will stop charging. So I guess there's a problem with the charging port, but it is charging the battery now. And the keyboard is not working still. Wait, but the power button works. I powered it on. I don't really understand. Is there anywhere to type in here? Maybe I can edit something. Oh, can I? Let's see. It is working. See, it's working. Okay, maybe it's the SSD that's preventing this from working. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna let the laptop charge completely because it's not charging at all. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave it plugged in, and I'm gonna let it charge to 100%, and we're gonna see. We're gonna install Windows. I'm gonna install Windows on the SSD, and see if that's probably the problem. That maybe something in here is not, letting the something in the SSD here is not letting the keyboard work. I don't know. Could be something like that. But yeah, let me go ahead and let this charge. If it even charges the battery, I don't even know if it's gonna charge the battery. Oh, that's another thing. Oh, it is charging. Okay, it went to 6%. Okay, so the port is charging the battery. That is solved. I don't gotta worry about that. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna let this charge completely. So yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna let it charge, and I'm gonna install Windows on the SSD and boot it up and play a game. That will be the last part. Boot it up and play a game, and hopefully the keyboard works. So, all right, I'm gonna let this charge, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, so I'm back. It's been a few hours. It's actually the next day. I finally installed Windows, and I downloaded Benchmark. I'm gonna be testing out the GPU performance. If there's any issues with that, any issues with the GPU or CPU. So the cooler isn't installed properly. The screws are, freaking cross-threaded. So we're gonna see the temperature of that. So I'm gonna be using Open Hardware Monitor. Oh, the keyboard does work. I guess it was the SSD before that I installed, but it does work. I have decided to just buy a keyboard and replace this because there are other issues with the keyboard. Some keys aren't actually working correctly, so I just bought a new keyboard and it's coming in, and I'll make a video of me replacing that. But so far, we are going to replace the keyboard. So I'm going to be using Hardware Monitor. This basically gives us information about our system. Alright, so we're here. Let's see what kind of temps we got on our CPU. So it looks like the CPU is at around 70, 61, 65 degrees. So I think the CPU the CPU cooler part was the one that's stripped, because it is like going up and down crazy, but it's not going too crazy. It's at 75 max. We're gonna see how higher that goes with the bench. And for the GPU, where are we at? So we're at 46 and 48. That's not too bad. It is a laptop, so it doesn't have the best cooling. And I did update the NVIDIA drivers. Let's see, Task Manager. Good performance. You can see our CPU. So it is an i7 7700HQ. And for the GPU, it's a GTX 1060, the 3GB version. We do have the latest updates, so 2024. There you go. All right. So I was gonna install a game and play the game, but I kind of want to stress the system with this benchmark, and I don't want to fully set up a computer that may not work. So I'm gonna replace the keyboard, and then for sure I gotta see the problem with this power connector. I'll make a video of that. I feel like maybe if I resolder the joints for the power plug, maybe I can fix it. I'm gonna try it anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. But I did see a video where it can be replaced. It is not too hard to replace, so I may do that if I can't fix it by soldering the joints. Anyways, let's go ahead and open Superposition Benchmark. Okay, so I'm going to be running this at 1080p medium. Actually, kind of do custom. We're going to be running this 720p full screen we're gonna disable that because I want to see the monitor here, like this info. Oh, there you go. So this shows our temperature for the GPU. Let me mute this. Alright, so this shows the temperature for our CPU. So we're at 58. So that part of the cooler is good. For the CPU, as you can see, we're at, it goes up. Okay, it's going up pretty high. So 86 max, 86, and then our GPU is at, where's the GPU? Oh, right here, 65. Yeah, 65. So that is what it's showing, 65. Okay, it's going up. It's almost at 90. The CPU is almost at 90. So that's getting pretty hot. Pretty hot. I think it's around. Okay, we're at 90 now. So it's getting pretty hot. Okay, so that, hopefully I can find a little quick fix for that, because that is pretty hot. All right, we're at 91. 92. It's getting hotter. I don't know what the max temperature for the CPU, what the max temps the CPU can handle. But so far, it is running. We're getting. It looks overall like it's performing as expected, and we just shot up to 94. Okay, we're gonna stop it. That's getting pretty high. Alright, I'm gonna stop the test. Alright, so it was getting pretty high, so I had to stop it. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that was the bench. It was running. It wasn't too bad. But I will have to see. I will have to find a way to fix this temperature thing. I kind of knew it was going to be a problem because not making full contact because of the freaking screws that are stripped. But yeah, the GPU part was good. It was like max 71, and it was probably getting hot because of the CPU heating up too much. Yeah. So overall, this is a working laptop. The only issues that this laptop has that I will have to figure out to get it fully ready for use and to game is the cooler for the CPU, so that the screws, that it's overheating because of that. So I'm gonna have to figure out something with that. And then the other thing is the charging port doesn't charge. You can see it's plugged in, but it doesn't show that it's charging, and then you just gotta move it around, and then it shows that it's charging right over here. But I'm gonna see if I can fix that with soldering the joints. Maybe they just broke off or something, or they're loose, or needs more solder. And the next thing would be the keyboard. I'm gonna replace the entire keyboard. And other than that, everything else seems to be working. All the ports are working that I used. So I used the USB ports. HDMI port is not really a big issue for me. But yeah, it's like three huge, there's three problems that I gotta figure out and fix. But I'll make other videos for that when I have the time. And for now, I'm just gonna wait for the keyboard to come in, and go ahead and so yeah, the next video I'm gonna make is attempting to repair the charging port. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and while I'm doing that in that video, attempt to repair the heating issue with this cooler. But yeah, anyways, that's all for this video. The laptop is working. I'm very surprised. It ran the benchmark, and it was performing well. It was overheating a bit on the CPU side. But overall, this is a really good deal. I paid $20 and I spent $40 on parts. Another $32 for the keyboard. Right. So I'm at like $90, almost $100. Alright, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.